And good morning, I'm Jamison Euler here at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. I'm joined by USF Pro 2000 driver Jace Denmark this morning. All of the teams are out here now that the sun is starting to crest over the horizon. Everybody's getting set up for a big day ahead. Jace, you've got a couple things going on today. What are you going to do out there on the track?
Yeah, I would say today is our most important day. We've got a practice in the morning at 9:10 a.m. We're the first people out there, so some consider us the track sweepers, right? And then we've got a qualifying which sets the grid for our races at 11:35. So even the turnover from practice to qualifying isn't that much time. So we have to be really on top of our game in the pits and as a driver on the track.
All right, so you were out here last year. What did you learn last year that maybe you can bring out onto the course this year?
Well, last year had a lot of success in the beginning of our session, and towards the end of the race, we needed to work on a little bit of tweaks on the car. But again, it's a different team that I'm with this year. I'll be in the bright green TJ Speed 3-dimensional and Verano Beachfront Villas car this year. So I'm super excited to race this thing at the front and make a bright green impression.
All right. So what is so good about the St. Pete Grand Prix? Everybody talks about it being the kickoff to the whole season, and obviously it's such a unique course. What do you love about this course?
Well, you know, the first thing that you said is that it's such a warm homecoming for everyone. You know, it's the start of the season in St. Pete. I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of locals here, and including yourself, and I've met a lot of great people at Horse Soldier Bourbon, and there's just a really good sense of community here. And I'll tell you, 80 to 90% of the people that come here from IndyCar are from Indiana. It's cold in February, so to come out here, have a warm welcome from the fans, just super electric fans, and nice weather at a perfect track.
USF Pro 2000, there's certain tiers to IndyCar. Obviously, your goal one day is to get up to IndyCar. So explain what USF Pro 2000 Pro is all about.
So if you think about it, IndyCar will be racing on Sunday at Fox at 12. And so there goes IndyCar, Indy Next, and then USF Pro. USF Pro is 2 rungs down the ladder from IndyCar, and then there's 2 more rungs down the ladder from me. So that goes USF Pro, USF 2000, USF Juniors.
So the developmental, essentially, for all this is the up-and-coming racers.
Right, and next year it's going to be a bigger, faster, more downforce, more G-load car.
All right. So last year I jumped into your old car. Can I jump into your new car this year?
Yes, sir.
All right. I learned. I took my shoes off. I had to take my shoes off last year. I'm going to hand you the mic like I did last year.
Okay, awesome.
You're in charge.
I've got the mic and the wheel. Don't step on there.
So step over, right?
So get to this part of it right in front of the mirror.
Okay.
Don't step on
And
there.
then 1 foot over.
1 foot over.
Yep. Straight right in the center of the seat. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
And shimmy your legs down in there.
Do you hear James?
Yep.
He says, suck it in.
Oh.
I'm a little smaller.
Squeeze on down, Jameson.
I just, in all fairness, I put some weight on.
Okay.
I put some weight on. Here we go, though.
It's just the guns,
there
right?
you go. Nice
it's just
and
the
comfy,
time
right?
in the gym.
Here it is.
Here's the steering wheel.
So I get the steering wheel. If you give me that, I might take off, though. It's the only problem. This is one of the most comfiest cocoons you could actually get into.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you're like lying completely almost down to the ground.
You could take a nap in there.
This is something else.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we see when we're going through the walls here at St. Pete. Imagine going down to a start when you've got 20 people around you, too.
Yeah.
The visibility isn't very great, right? So you have to be super on top of your game. You have to be listening to what's around you. Just a really important tool to have is using your vision and your skills inside the car.
And how fast are you going in this thing?
Right at this front straight on the airstrip, we're getting to 160.
Wow. Okay. And the arm strength it takes and the upper body control it takes for this.
Right, we don't have any power steering, right? So the steering wheel is quite small in diameter, and we've got a lot of force going through the tires at a street track like this. Eventually, we start out low grip, so you don't need too much strength, but at the end of the race, when rubber starts going down on the track, it gets really difficult to steer.
Yeah, so for the old timers like me who remember cars without power steering, I used to have an old 72 Bronco with no power steering. I can't imagine doing a race at 160 miles an hour with this thing.
Exactly, yeah. It's something we train for all year to be prepared for St. Pete. And as I said, we love this track and we just do everything to do our best jobs here.
Absolutely. Well, Jace Denmark joining us this morning as all the teams are out here starting to get their cars ready for what's a big day. You got practice, you got qualifiers out here. And I'll tell you what, Caitlin, you mentioned this would be a really nice place to take a nap.
Cozy in there.
It's kind of comfy in here.
I kind of want to see you try to get out of it, too.
It is. It really is. Oh, listen. It took a few people to get me out of here last year. I need a little help. Maybe like a crane to get me up or something. I don't
All
know.
right.
But hey, we're having a lot of fun out here this morning. It's going to be a big day out here.
Save it for social media. We'll post it later. Yeah, 160 miles per hour and tough to see. Not for the faint of heart at all. But the good news is that the weather's helping us out there. Going to be beautiful. James Hopkins serving up a great Friday forecast and weekend for the drivers out there. Check this out.
Yeah,
Sonny, they can't blame you.
How come when I drive 160 through St. Pete, I get in trouble?
You get in trouble, I know.
Exactly. Forecast is looking fantastic for today. Course gates open at 8:30. By 9 a.m., you're already at 64 degrees.